Welcome to Larry the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock. On today's episode, let's discuss the new Metallica song, Lux Aeterna, that just seemed to drop out of nowhere. I think this took everybody by surprise. In this day and age, with the internet and with a band as big as Metallica, to keep something like this under wraps and to be able to surprise people like that is quite a feat. And I've got to give Metallica credit. They know how to work the social media thing. They know how to keep people engaged, whether it was during the pandemic with the releasing the rare live shows on a regular basis, the drive-in concerts that they did. And here they come out, new song, announce a new album, 72 Seasons. Not sure I really like that song title or that album title. Not sure I like the album cover either. I don't know if that's going to be the cover of the album. I kind of hope not. I hope that's just the cover that they were using for this particular single. They announced a big, massive tour. So, wow, they just come out and just out of nowhere drop all this in. It just has everybody talking about it. And my thoughts on the song, you know, when I first heard about it, Darren from our Sabbath Sunday and the podcast that we do sent me a message, and I couldn't listen to it right away. I was somewhere occupied. But I was able to look on YouTube and see some of the comments people were leaving, and I was sort of getting scared because I heard somebody mention Tool, which I don't hear at all in this song. And I was like, man, what is going on? What is this? It's just like a song just out of nowhere. They're releasing, you know, at the time I didn't know about the album and the tour. And so when I got on YouTube around 2 o'clock yesterday to give it a listen, it was like at about, I think, like 75,000 views. Today, I opened it up this morning. I think it's at 3.5 million views. So just incredible. And I've listened to it probably a dozen times right now. And to summarize, I really, really like it. I think it has a very old school vibe. I noticed that right away, like with the riffing, especially this. I'm probably not going to play this exactly right, but there's this one riff. That riff is so old school to me. Very Motorhead, Diamond Head, NWO, BHM, 1979. I loved it. And the double bass drumming reminds me of Motorhead. You know, there's a spot at the end of the song, even where the song kind of ends and then the drums start again. It reminds me of Overkill. And I just think it's a killer song. I think it's very catchy. That chorus, James sounds fantastic, jumping up high in his range. Very catchy. The riffs are catchy. It's a lot of like kind of a bunch of riffs one after another. It's a very short song, 3.5 minutes, which I appreciate. It just comes out, hits you between the eyes, gets in and out quick. But I love the old school vibe of it, yet it still has some of the modern flair with the production and just some of the overall feel of it. And I should say, I think from a sound perspective, it sounds really good. I really, really like it. And with Metallica, you never know what you're going to get. You could get the crazy snare drum from Saint Anger, the distorted, over-compressed loudness wars mess that was Death Magnetic. I mean, you know, Metallica is known to try to do different things sonically, but this just sounds like just a straight-up good, punchy, strong sounding mix, strong song, come roaring out of the gate. So it really has me curious. I think it's a fantastic first single. Grabs everybody's attention. I hope that it sort of continues and with mixing this a little bit of the old school with the new school inspirations. Maybe they're inspired for this album. It sure feels like it from this particular song. So it definitely has me interested. April of 2023, it's going to be out. I'm sure we're going to get a couple more singles between then. But like I said, Metallica knows how to really... just fell over. Metallica knows how to work this thing, so they're going to keep us engaged, I'm sure, right up until the album gets released. And, you know, again, I got to say this about Metallica. Some bands, you know, they have a new album coming out. They talk about it a couple months leading up to the album. The album comes out, the tour, you know, they're talking about it. They're in the public eye. And then bands tend to disappear for a few years, especially now where it takes 3 to 5 years for bands to release a record. They disappear for a few years. You're not hearing about them. You're not thinking about them. That's not the case with Metallica. They just never seem to go away for long stretches. You know, they're always doing something to engage the fans, to get people interested in them. And I think this is awesome. It's got me excited. I'm really curious to hear what this album is going to be about, and I can't wait for it to come out now. It's only one song, but hey, you know, this is off to a good start. Yeah, yeah, I'll take this. This is pointing in the right direction. So let me know what you guys think of the new song. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Metallica in general, how they're able to sort of engage their fans here and keep people interested. Let me know what you think of the album cover. I don't like the album cover. I'm hoping that's not the album cover. I hope it's just for the single, and even the album title is just doesn't really jump out to me. It feels a little bit bland, but I don't know. Maybe this will all make sense as time goes on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do we see you again? Make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.